What is going on, YouTube? It is Mike, AOD81, and we are getting into video number 24 on our Lords of the Fallen walkthrough. At the end of 23, we finished up all the Abbey stuff, and we got to the Empyrean and opened the door, but we haven't gone in yet. Before we do go in, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping real quick. You may not have to do this depending on if you followed our guide the whole way through, or if you did some things in a different order. But no, I didn't want to go to Skyrest. Sorry. I want to go back to Sanctuary real quick because we do have 4 Pride of the Bucket Lords buckets. So we'll go ahead and wrap up that quest. It's a secret side quest. So again, this isn't necessary for any trophies, but since we completed the whole side quest, well, got everything to anyway, we might as well complete it. And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and pop Umbral. And we will also take care of the Scarlet Reaper, the Red Reaper that shows up when you stay in Umbral too long. So we'll go up the ladder here, and go up here, and take care of these little guys. Bust through, and we'll talk to our Bucket Lord guy, and we'll hand over the 4 buckets. Just let me make sure real quick. I'm pretty positive we've got 4. And I think this is the last set. I think we've been through all the mini bosses already. So we'll go ahead and hand those over to him. And we used the Pride of the Bucket Lords, and then it gave us that little seek gold, whatever it said. So I think that quest is complete. I'm pretty sure. I don't think we hear from him anymore. So now, since we've already popped Umbral and we've got the clock going, we're just gonna go down and I'll take care of all the enemies out here and just pretty much get ready for the Red Reaper to show up, and we'll kill him. When we do, we're gonna get I'll go ahead and pop this lamp. The first time we kill him, he's gonna give us a bunch of Umbral scourings. We're gonna get a bit of vigor, and we're also gonna get the Umbral Eye of Marco the Axe, which you can only get one of. You can only do it one time by killing the Red Reaper. The Red Reaper will show up again as long as you're in Umbral. Even if you kill him in the same Umbral session and you stay in Umbral, he will show up again after the timer has run out. Only the eye will stay red. The kind of clock underneath the vigor on the top right of the screen will stay red if you kill him, so you won't know how much time you have. And since the eye is red, it'll be in that enhanced state where a lot of Umbral enemies are spawning, and it'll stay that way, and then eventually the Red Reaper will show up again. So anyway, I'm just gonna run down here and clear out the enemies. If it's your first time killing the Red Reaper, I do recommend that you go back to an earlier part of the game. Oops, I let that guy hit me. Because the enemies and the Umbral enemies that spawn will be at the progression state where they were at that stage of the game. So ideally, I could go to the very first vestige, the Sepultura vestige, and do this there, and that's where the enemies would be the weakest. But I'll go ahead and do it here since we had to get with our little Pride of the Bucket Lords buddy, and this is a fairly early stage of the game, so the enemies here are pretty weak anyway. But just remember that once our Red Reaper shows up, our Sanguinarix won't work. We won't be able to heal using it. So I'm going to show you the strategy that I use. Since I have a Radiance build, I cast my Sanctify, and then I try to stay in that circle, like this. And I try to fight him and utilize this to heal. Holy heals will still work. If you have Brio Stones, they'll still work. So once he spawns, or actually right before he spawns, I'm going to make sure that I'm full health, and then I'll probably switch my inventory over to the Brio Stones in case I need to use one. But yeah, so that's how we're gonna tackle it. For right now, I'll just kind of run around and kill the enemies that spawn. It'll give us some vigor, and we won't just be standing here looking dumb while we're waiting for him to show up. So we'll just run around and kill some enemies, the spawn enemies and the ones that are actually dedicated enemies that are here all the time. So we'll kill him. I think there was one about up there too. Take care of him, and then the area that I'm gonna fight the Red Reaper is gonna be down here, down at the bottom of the steps, somewhere in this area. One thing that you don't want to do is after the Reaper has spawned, you don't want to get too close to a vestige. I don't know if they've changed the mechanic or anything with a patch, but if you're fighting the Reaper and you get too close to a vestige, he'll get his health back. Because it also works kind of two ways. When you're in Umbral, if you get too close to a vestige, the Reaper won't be able to attack you. But like I said, if you do that, I think that he gets all of his health back if you run back out. So we don't want to go up the stairs and get too close to that vestige when he does appear. So right now I'm just kind of twiddling my thumbs and running around. I'll just kill some enemies as they spawn and get the vigor from them. And the other advantage to killing these enemies as they spawn is if you just stand around, a lot of those shadows will just keep piling up in certain areas. And then once you get to the point where you're ready to fight them, a lot of them are going to spawn on you. Oh, I forgot about our friend up there. Oh no. Oh, I got him with one, okay. So we're just running around. When these shadows appear, if they're gonna spawn, it's when you get close to them. So we're just running to the little umbral shadows and killing them as they spawn. Looks like we're about, I don't know, close to halfway. It seems like when the clock gets, like almost like the clock speeds up eventually. I'm not sure if that's true or if it just seems that way, but so we'll just wait for our buddy. Now, you'll also notice as you're in Umbral, if you haven't picked up on it this far in the game, as it gets closer to the Reaper coming to spawn, the enemies that start showing up are a little bit more difficult too. Like there you see we have a fairy, so we'll just take care of her, but she's not that big of a deal in this area because, as I said, their original, since we're early game, their original levels stay the same. So it's just once we are fighting the Reaper and they start spawning on you, you have to watch out for that because while you're trying to focus on the Reaper, you could have a fairy that spawns and starts spitting poison at you, or even does that little grab attack that they do. So a little over halfway till when he shows up. Just killing some enemies. We've got, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand vigor so far just by killing these umbral enemies. I think I was in like the 3000s range when we started. So we'll just wait for our friend. Now, I probably could have done this earlier in the game. I probably would have been powerful enough. I think I'm definitely powerful enough right now. I might not have had to wait this long, but since we had to come back and see our Bucket Lord's friend, and I didn't do it earlier, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Reaper. So if you've already done this and you're just wanting to get through the Empyrean, you can just fast forward the video until I warp back to the Empyrean, and we're gonna tackle the Empyrean next. So, all right, we're getting pretty close to when he's gonna spawn. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and heal up with my Sanguinarix since I'm not gonna be able to use it anyway. I'm gonna put my inventory item to the Brio Stone. We're really close now, so I'm gonna buff my weapon, and then I'm gonna cast Sanctify, and he should be here in 1 second. Dodge. Their attack pattern is the same as the Black Reapers. They just have a lot more health, and they do more damage. So you can see it looks like he's not going to be too bad. I probably could have done this a lot earlier, but here we are doing it now. So dodge. And if you haven't quite mastered the mechanics yet, I'm going to cast Sanctify again because it just wore out. Now there's another Reaper, so I want to get rid of him. The way the dodge mechanic works, if you just tap it, you'll just, like when the Reapers go underground, and then we got them. So that, the first time you do this, we got our Eye of Marco the Axe, and you will also get a trophy for killing the Reaper. And they used to give you a lot more Umbral Scourings, I'm pretty sure, unless they popped up first and I just didn't notice it. But we got our eye, we've killed the Reaper, should have gotten a trophy for you, and then, like I said, you'll see that the eye still stays red, and we're still in that high spawn rate position. So, but we've gotten the Red Reaper now, so that's all done. We can go ahead and warp to the Empyrean. And we're going to continue from here. So now we are going to go through the Empyrean. I did pick up enough vigor to get a level from killing the Reaper. So where do we want to put it? Should I increase my stamina? What does Radiance do? Radiance is going to obviously give my hammer a little bit more holy power, and my spells a little bit more power. Strength is going to give me 3 on my hammer and give me 4 on my sword. Agility would give me 10 on my sword. So let's do that. Let's put a point in agility. Okay. So now we're ready to enter the Empyrean. We already opened the door in the last video, and I had mentioned that I thought opening the door here triggers something out in the world. And as I was thinking about it, I think when you open this door is when you warp. It triggers that when we warp to Kalrath now, we won't be able to go out the door, but we'll check that out. So moving forward into the Empyrean, the first thing that we want to do, this is actually one of the stigmas that I missed on my original playthrough, and I had to go back and try to figure out, you know, what stigma I was missing. This ended up being the stigma for me that popped my trophy. I had missed this one, so we're going to go ahead and pop Umbral. Pop the stigma. And it is walking right into the Empyrean, straight to the right. It's kind of obscured by some barrels and boxes here. So we're going to get that stigma out of the way to make sure we've gotten it. And when it's done playing out, I'm going to go ahead and rest, because I don't want to be in Umbral yet. There's a lot of stuff that we need to do in Umbral in the Empyrean. In fact, I'd say most of it is Umbral, so we got our scourings. But I don't want to be in Umbral right away, so we'll just take a rest real quick. And now we're going to enter the Empyrean. The first thing that's going to happen as we run up these steps in Abyss should spawn right there. So we're going to go ahead and take her out so she's not firing lasers or anything at us. And then we're going to backtrack. You see the door was right there. As we come into the steps towards this big statue, there's going to be a dedicated item right here, a large Duralium shard. If we bust those boxes and look left towards this chapel, we're going to run around the rocks, and there's going to be a dedicated item by this corpse. That's going to be the enhanced banner javelin of assault. That's an ammunition, trophy ammunition, so that's going to go towards that trophy. Excuse me. So if we run around straight across from where we just picked up that banner javelin item by the chapel over there, there's a gate right here that we can hold out our lamp and walk through it. If you're in Umbral, obviously you can just walk through, but there's going to be a dedicated item, and that's our Empyrean map. So we'll walk back out, and then we'll continue up the steps. You see there's an item up there, but we're going to wait on that for a minute. There's another Abyss up ahead. So I'm going to run straight to her, dodge that laser, or try to anyway, most of it, take her out, and then over there's a Rapturous Huntress. I'm going to take her out. Oh, she had to block that, didn't she? Ah, I missed her with that high attack. She got down the steps. That's okay, because we were going to have to pop Umbral anyway. So we'll just finish her off. Boom, boom, boom. And now we'll run back down the steps so you can really see where we're at and everything, because we did just run by that item. So this is where we were when we ran up to take care of the abyss and that other enemy. So now we're gonna backtrack over here, and that item that we saw is gonna be just around this corner. We're gonna pick this up. That's gonna be the bountiful ring, so that's a trophy item. And then that item there is because we did Stoneman's quest. Otherwise, it would not be here. This is going to be all of Stoneman's gear, and as soon as we pick this up, it should pop your quest for Stoneman trophy. So that quest is complete. We assembled and got his tattered banner for him. You see there. And he finally made it to talk to Judge Cleric, and she decided to impale him with the banner. So that's our friend Stoneman, no longer. And we've completed that quest. So if we go back over here by where we killed our Rapturous Huntress, there's a dedicated item right here. Just some consumables. And as we run back towards the right, there's an umbral area down there. I'll just take that mage out from distance just because I can. And climb on down the ladder. And I'm going to buff my weapon real quick. There's just going to be a fairy on the other side. But we'll pull that bridge over to us. And then we'll pull ourselves across to the other side. You can see her wings flapping. I'm going to run up and attack the fairy. Get her and then kill all the other trash enemies. And we're going to have, this was just an enemy drop. We're going to have an umbral belly. So we're going to pop that. Pick up our item, which is the Umbral Eye of Dawn, so definitely a trophy item. Gonna cross the bridge. We're gonna go up back up this ladder. You see there's an umbral exit there to the right, but we're not going to use it yet. We want to save that one. We can't open that door yet, but we're going to run by the door back to the right on the side of the building. And there's going to be a dedicated item right here. Just a purifying balm, consumable. Nothing trophy related or anything, but there's only a handful of those in a playthrough, I believe. So, from the door over there, since we're in Umbral, we can go up this tower. If we were in Axiom, that bridge would not be there, so we have to be in Umbral to do this part. We're gonna walk up the steps and walk through this collapsed area that isn't here in Axiom. And once we get across, there's a stigma to the right. We're gonna pop that, get it playing. And then if we walk around the table right here to the left, there's a dedicated item right here. We're gonna pick that item up. That's gonna be the Shield of Moonlit Emissary. So one of the shields that we need to get our all weapons trophy. And we're gonna run out here. We're gonna pull this platform down. Run and jump the gap. And to the right, there's gonna be a fairy. So I'm gonna go after her right away. Quite a few enemies are gonna spawn here, so I'm just gonna take them out. I'm gonna take out this pod. This pod. The one that just spawned into an enemy. take out this mage. And that should be it. You see there's an umbral platform there that we need, but it retracts fairly quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head up this ladder. I'm going to take care of all the enemies up here, which looks like we got a butterfly, moth, fairy. Get that all taken care of, and we also have an umbral belly up here. This was just a drop from the fairy. So we're going to pop this umbral belly, get our item, and why did it sound like a bridge retracting? I never even pulled it. But that was a catalyst that we just got out of that umbral belly. So now we're going to come back down and pull this ramp. As soon as we do, we're going to run straight for the ladder, ignoring everything else. And then we're going to run out on the bridge and pull this vine as quick as we can, because this bridge retracts, and it does it pretty quickly. A few times I have had it glitch on me where it retracted way too quickly. Like when I pulled it from here, literally as soon as I got to this ladder and started going up, it was already retracting. So if they haven't fixed that, if that happens to be the case, just do it again. You'll have to pull the bridge from down here and just run over to the ladder, go up and do what we just did until it works out for you. So now after we've done that, we're going to go ahead and run and jump across the gap again, go back into this room. Directly to the right, this is where we came from originally when we came up the tower. And this was closed to us. That's what we just opened up by pulling that vein out there. So as soon as we go in here, there's going to be a couple of those abiding defenders that come to life. I'm going to exit Umbral real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack this one. And then go after her counterpart. You see, they're not too much of a problem for us anymore. So once we've gotten those two, we're going to turn right here. Up ahead, two more are going to spawn. The first one is going to be this one. And the other one's going to be behind this box right here. Oof. I was going to say, I better dodge that. Okay, so they're taken care of. They might drop something, they usually do. Yeah, one of the swords. There are two different Abiding Defender swords that you need to get. But we're going to open this chest. That's going to give us the Empyrean Church key to be able to get into that Empyrean door. And we're going to go back out here. And this was just a drop from the other. There's the other sword. So you need the Ebonlight Abiding Defender sword and the Luminous one. Now we're going to go to this other hallway, and we are going to go back into Umbral. Go ahead and get these boxes out of the way, but there's a belly right there. It's got a Saintly Quintessence in it. Once we pop Umbral, there are going to be two Black Reapers, so I'm going to cast my Sanctify. I'll buff my weapon. Then I'll go ahead and pop Umbral. I'll pull the belly and make sure to pick up my Saintly Quintessence and get ready for him. So I just tapped dodge to avoid that without holding on to L so I didn't roll. And there's the other one down there. It looks like he's not aggroed. What are you doing, buddy? Do I need to hit you to get your attention? So they're taken care of. Okay, so now we're just gonna exit the way we came in. We've already gotten this stigma. We're gonna turn left right here to run back down the tower. Run, 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 run. And now you see why I told you to save this umbral exit. We've already done all our umbral stuff out here. And we can exit umbral. And now we're going to go ahead and open our church door. Now, once we enter here, there's going to be 2 of those abiding defenders that come to life. I think it's this one. Yeah. That's number 1. And number 2 is over there. Buff up your weapon. Oh, she was actually casting. And there's a dedicated item right here by that corpse. When we first came in. And we're going to pick that up. It's going to be a Vigor Skull. Now, when we go into this next room, we can roll through these church pews if we want to break them, but those 2 abiding defenders at the end of the hall are going to spawn. So I'll run in with an attack. Take 1 out. Dodge. Oh. That's okay, because we're going to be planting a seed here in a second. But right here is going to be a shield. That's going to go towards your all weapons trophy. The Lucent Sword shield. And as we came back out here, we're going to turn left to go up the steps. And you'll see that there is the final beacon up ahead of us. There you see we can beckon Kukujin. So obviously we need to do that. So you know that we've got a boss fight coming up ahead. This is going to be Judge Cleric. Personally, I think this is probably the hardest boss aside from the final boss that we're going to get in the Umbral ending. Aside from that boss, which only applies for the Umbral ending, I think this is the hardest boss of the game. But we're going to throw a seed here, obviously, and rest. Oh, I just sought her assistance, even though we're going to rest, but that's okay. It's not gonna harm anything. I've got a level, so I'm gonna put it into vitality, I think. Or do I want a little bit of stamina? Because I did notice that since I've equipped this heavy hammer, it does go through my stamina quicker. But it's just this dual wield that I have right now is causing a massive amount of damage. So I might do that. I might put it into endurance. And I'm gonna rest. And I'm gonna get ready to fight Judge Cleric, but I'm gonna make sure that we summon Kukujin again. And then as soon as you run up these steps and drop down into the arena is when the fight's gonna start. So I'm gonna buff my weapon and roll in, and the cutscene starts. It's gonna be a 2-stage fight. So here we go. Right at the very beginning, I think I can get 2 lightning casts off on her. I'll go ahead and pop a large stone to get my mana back while she's concentrated on Kukujin. When she casts those circles, you want to get outside of the circle because obviously a bunch of arrows come down. She's really concentrating on Kukujin right now, but I don't want to get in that circle. But it's helping me out, so hey, I'll just cast another lightning on her. I'm gonna pop another mana stone, and here she comes. Okay, now she's gonna be I said she was going to be aggroed. Like I knew she was, and I was getting ready to dodge that, but she obviously blows up and throws out a wave of radiance magic. I should have rolled through that and gotten her, but that's the first phase of the fight. Now we're going to have to fight the evil version of her, and I think it's a little bit easier than the first stage, but maybe that's just because I have a holy build. I'm waiting for her to do something. I probably could have casted. There we go. I'll cast lightning on her a couple times. Okay, when she backs up like that, get ready because she lunges forward to get that hit in. Oh, I didn't think that was that move, but her blow-ups are kind of unique in that they regress in, too, so you have to do it twice. You have to roll through it when it blows out towards you, and then it's going to come back, and you have to roll through it again. I'm going to rebuff my weapon as soon as I feel safe. Right now, this spell she's doing blows up. See, she's got a totem now, too. Let me see if I can cast lightning on it. I'm not sure if that buffs her or if that's just making these little inferno spikes appear, but either way. Yeah, you just have to get her attack pattern down. Dodge. Oh, a little late. Dodge. And she's not too bad. Dodge. Oh. So she knocked me into Umbral. But I'm going to take advantage of my 8-second invulnerability. And I can probably take her out. So that is that. So you're going to get your trophy pop here for defeating Judge Cleric. And then you'll see an item just spawned right there. Excuse me. When we pick up this item, it's going to be the Thorned Chalice, I believe. Yeah, the Thorned Chalice. And that's also going to pop a trophy because it's going to complete Tech Ears quest. So you should get the trophy for that there. We're going to get his gear as well. But I believe that's when you pick up that Thorn Chalice is when his trophy pops. So we're going to open up this gate right here. And this is going to be Judge Cleric. She just kind of mumbles and murmurs. She's not going to be of any significance to us on this run because we're going through the Umbral ending. But she would play a role in the Inferno ending. If you were on an Inferno run, after we go through Castle Brahmas and talk to a deer and everything, we have to come back to every beacon in the game, use the empowered rune on it, and then I would leave this beacon for the last one that I come back to. And then after you use all the empowered runes on all 5 beacons, including this one, then you would talk to her and you would enter her mind. And that's how you would get your Inferno ending. But that's inconsequential for us. So we're just going to pop the stigma right here. We're going to get our stigma. And then we're just going to leave. And the way to get, you see we just got our remembrance for Judge Cleric. The way to get out of this arena is to walk out this little umbral ramp right here. So we're just going to walk out. And we can go ahead and exit Umbral. So now as we go into the next room, we're going to turn left around this broken bookshelf, and there's going to be a dedicated item right here. We're going to pick that up. That's going to be our enhanced holy grenade, so that's a trophy ammunition, or throwable. So definitely trophy related item. Definitely wanted to get that. And now we can open this door, and that's going to take us back into the church, Um, Technically, we could go right back to our seat up here and leave, but we don't want to do that because, as I said, we're gonna get Tech Ears gear, and it's going to be in the Broken Tower. So I'll come out here and take care of the abyss. Oh, she where did she go? Oh, over there by the Rapturous Huntress, obviously. She wanted to go aggro her. But I think we're safe. So there's the Broken Tower and how it looks. Oh, maybe we're not so safe. So that's how it looks in Axiom. But now we're in Umbral. So we're going to go up the Broken Tower again. Run, run, run. Up, up, up. We're going to go back this way again. And you're going to see there's a new item right here. That's going to be Tech Ears gear. That's going to be the failed set. That's the only spot that you get it. And that does go towards your collect every armor piece trophy. So we definitely wanted to get his gear. And I'm not sure if he had a weapon in there as well. No, he gives us his stick at the beginning of the game. So we've got Tech Ears gear. Where's the other, oh, I guess I only killed one, didn't I? No, one of the other ones must have, where's the Abiding Defender that's, casting? So, anyway, I don't know why I used that Umbral exit. We can't get out of the tower. Well, you can walk with your lamp out, but that takes forever. So, we're just gonna pop Umbral again and run back through. And we're just going... You could either run up towards your seed, or we could go back towards the last vestige. But beware those abysses just spawn. And she just killed me. So beware of what I just said. They will fire lasers at you. So now we'll just, we're going to end up spawning at our seedling. And we'll just run back and get our vigor real quick and no big deal. So we've gotten all the items from this area. All the items in the church, all the items in the Broken Tower. After we fought Judge Cleric, we went back and got Tech Ears gear out of the tower. She did the same exact thing again. I'm just gonna keep running. Run, 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 run. Grab my vigor. Roll, roll, roll. And once we get down here, I think we're not safe. But that's okay. Now we're just in Umbral. So we'll just go back to the... I'll just go ahead and rest so she's not aggroed. Because I'm going to grab a couple of levels real quick. We got a lot of vigor from that Judge Cleric fight. So I'll take my strength up a point. And that takes my mana from a 485 to 492. That would take my stamina up 12 points. I think I'm gonna do one strength and put one more point in endurance. Get my endurance up to 30. And give me a little bit more stamina. And then we are just going to warp to Skyrest. You know what comes next after a fight that we summoned Kukujin for. We are going to run down and pay her. I should have done that before I got those levels. Yeah, she wants 8,500 now. So I think I have the skulls to get it. What are these? 800. What I say she wanted 82. I think I need to use 2 of these. Oh, I just accidentally used them all. Oops. I hit the wrong directional button. So, well,
I
we
help
definitely have
you.
enough now.
You pay me. We stay friends. It's just be sure to if you don't, and neither of us a pleasure.
Okay, I
The
just had
wives
to talk
always
to
do
her
right by the
again
cook, the
to get
smith.
that dialogue to pop back up where I could actually pay her. She ran through her normal dialogue, and I was wondering for a second if I was gonna have to rest and try to talk to her again, but then after she ran through her normal dialogue, the option came back up to pay her, so
I
we just
help you
paid
just be
her.
sure if you don't, and neither of us. I help you just be sure if you don't, and neither
So
of us.
she's ready to go until the next fight. Um, that should be the only thing new here. We've already done everything else, except for look at Judge Cleric's remembrance items. So we'll just take a look at those real quick. Offer remembrance. Now we have Judge Cleric. We definitely want to get the spells. Um, and this is also a trophy item, this corrupted banner javelin. So we definitely want to grab that. And this inferno spell. And the rest is armor and weapons that you obviously need them all if you're going for platinum, because you need all weapons and all armor to pop those 2 trophies. But you don't need to get them in this playthrough. You don't need to get everything in this playthrough. I will say that this corrupted Judge Cleric's sword is a really powerful sword when it's upgraded all the way. Actually, I have enough to buy it. Let me see. I probably won't be able to upgrade it enough to show you its full potential. I just got lost for a second. I'm gonna go talk to the blacksmith. And let me see. Where is her sword? I think it's a little bit on the lighter. Yeah, there it is. I'll upgrade, upgrade, and now I don't have enough vigor. What was I doing? And I only have 200 vigor skull. So, I'm only worried about this because we do have to use the seed pod on Gerlinda, and once I do that, I'm not going to be able to upgrade any more weapons because we're doing the Umbral run, and we gave the last rune tablet to Gerlinda to get that Crafter's Essence rune. So pretty soon here, we're not going to be able to upgrade any more weapons. I was contemplating on whether I wanted to give her the seed pod now, because the next step is to go through Callwrath, and we're going to end up fighting and killing the Light Reaper finally. And his flesh is also an item that goes towards the Umbral ending. But hopefully, by doing that, we won't end up messing up our Umbral ending. I don't think it will. So, I won't use the seed pod on her yet. But what we are going to do next is... Let me see. Get rid of that little glitchy spot. Okay, like I said, we need to go back to Callwrath. And this should be closed to us by an Umbral entity now. Yeah, we cannot open this door, so we have to get back to Callwrath, but we have to go the back way. And I'm going to show you how we do that in the next video. So that is going to take care of the Empyrean. We're going to warp back to Skyrest, and then we are going to pick up here in video 25, and we're going to be running to Kalrath. We're able to do that because we opened a door earlier on when we came through Kalrath the first time. So that's where we'll pick up on the next one. Alright guys, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe, share it with your friends if this is helping you out, if you know anybody that's playing the game, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya!